built on root letters, where you can have different words with the same root letters and different meanings in that. So the root letters in this word is SLM, and if you apply it in the word Islam, it means obeying or submission.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya wal mursalin nabiyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi washabbihi ajmain. Sobat beriman, berjumpa kembali di channel kami Bintang YouTube. Kami doakan semoga semua sobat dalam lindungan Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, murah rezeki, dan dalam keadaan sehat selalu. Pada video kali ini, kami akan menampilkan usaha dakwah seorang ustazah yang mengenalkan Islam di sebuah kampus di Jerman. Nah, sobat beriman, kita saksikan saja videonya bersama-sama dan saya akan sedikit mereaksinya.
Should I start? Can I start? Yeah? Okay. Again, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Bushra, and I'm from Hanover. I came here to represent Islam. And before I go into the matter, I would like to explain you where it comes from. It comes from the Arabic word root letters. The language is built on root letters, where you can have different words with the same root letters and different meanings in that. So the root letters in this word is SLM, and if you apply it in the word Islam, it means obeying or submission. If you apply it in the word Muslims, just never mind, I can't change I don't know the grammatic words in English, never mind. Then it means someone who has obeyed or someone who has submitted, surrendered to God, in the sense of to God. And in the word salam, these root letters in that word means peace, in the sense of whoever has obeyed or submitted himself towards God, he will achieve his peace with himself, peace with his environment. And it is different than the other religions in that term that other religions are mostly named after their founder or starter or after nationalities, like Judaism for the Jews, Buddhism from Buddha. In this case, it is more an attribute which you achieve in that moment when you are someone who has obeyed. Then you are a Muslim. Whoever you call yourself doesn't matter. It's a general word which you can get. It's an attribute which you get on top of it. And if you look at the roots, what I'm going to explain you later on, you will see it's nothing new. It's pretty much kind of in other scriptures as well. You will see the fingerprints of most so different religions in Islam. It's very fascinating, and still it's nothing new. And in special, let me tell you that this is an Abrahamic religion. It's a religion where the roots go back to the Prophet Abraham. From his line came the messenger for this. The prophet is called Muhammad. And from the same line, from Abraham came Moses, the Torah, came Jesus with the Bible. From the other son, Abraham had two sons, Ishmael and Isaac. From the other son is Ishmael, and from him came Muhammad from his line with the final message in a chronicle way. First came the Torah, then the Bible, then the Quran. And if you look at the roots, it's again nothing new. What kind of roots are they? For example, to protect the poor, to protect the needy, to help the needy people, to protect the orphans, to be respectful against elders, to be merciful against children, and so on. And therefore, if you try to obey, you will, through these roots, achieve after a time your own peace. You will be able to protect, which is the most valuable part of your body, from which you only have one. It is your heart. To protect your heart from getting hurt in the metaphorical sense, your psychology, as well in the literal sense, your body. And to protect the hearts of others from getting hurt, because others in your environment has rights as well. You're not the king on earth. With that sense, all rules are built on it, like a manual how to live. Before I explain, let us go into the beliefs, Let us go deeper into the beliefs. What kind of fundamental beliefs do exist in Islam? So, if you believe in that point, then you will get automatically that attribute as a Muslim. This is believing in one God, believing in the chosen prophets, believing in the revealed books, believing in angels, believing in the hereafter, believing in destiny and fate. And I would like to begin with the first point, which is, for me, the most important, and also from the perspective of Islam, the most important point. This is the belief in one God. And I would like to share with you how I came to this conclusion as well. And it's a thought experiment. It's a thought experiment where everyone maybe can understand why I came to this conclusion. By the way, I made this as well with you, as you can remember. It is, and you know it as well, Dora. It is an example, pretty easy. For example, if I tell you guys that we should leave this room, nobody's in this room, and we will come after an hour later, and we will see the chairs are in a specific order afterwards, in order like a cycle. Let's say it's in a cycle, okay? Without seeing who did it, without being here, you can conclude to what? That it must be a human being who came here inside, who put it in a cycle, right? Have ever someone from you seen that person? No, he didn't have to see that person. It's not needed to conclude to that way, to this conclusion. Why is that not needed? Because you wouldn't believe me if I say the window was open, the wind came in, it blowed every chair in one cycle, isn't it? If I give you any explanation which has not to do with us, you wouldn't believe it. And the reason why is because you have something which distinguishes you from anything else, from any creature else, and this is your intellect. This is the way how you can think, the way to think logic, to conclude backwards. You can see a reaction, and you are able to conclude backwards who might be the actuator of that reaction without even witnessing it. Let me give you another example. That is in my bag. One of my also favorite examples. And this is my Samsung. I would tell you how this came into being. You wouldn't believe me, it's so cool. This came for, many decades into being, the Samsung. It happened through an explosion of lava with a volcano. The lava came up from the mountain, it crashed against this rock, against that rock. Through special weather conditions, it got the form of a Samsung. It got all the elements which is needed through the magma and all the rocks and all the dying animals inside of the magma. And in the end, it got that shape through crashing around, landed on the ground, and while I was jogging, I found my smartphone on the ground. So, I see some of you are smiling, because it's obvious that it sounds insane here, what I'm telling here. But the point is, would you believe me if I tell you that I have my doctor in chemistry, in geography, and in physics? And if I come here with a theory, which is more complex that you don't understand it, maybe, but if I bring up a theory why this Samsung came into being through an explosion inside of a magma and later on, on Earth, would you believe me that? No, you wouldn't. Why? Because I don't have to explain you that actually, because you have the ability, and this is here inside, you know the solution, even I don't have to tell you that it cannot exist through coincidence, or from, that elements who are coming to this, end point, to have that elements are putting themselves together to have this shape, this, which we call Samson. Why? Everyone knows how complex a Samson is. Everyone knows how many plastic engineers are behind this, electric engineers are behind this, and so on. Computer engineerings. They are all behind of this little tiny Samson, right? You know it. Have anyone from you ever seen the doer of your Samson? The creator of your Samson? Have you seen him? Have you met him? No, you didn't. Still, you know it. You can conclude backwards. This is the element which you have, the intellect. And this is why I ask myself, how is it possible, guys, that the universe which works perfectly in a design, without any error in its beauty, it could be even ugly, it's not, it's beautiful as well. How this works without any error. And if I look further, deeper, the earth. What would happen if the earth goes, and we know it, even 1 inch closer to the sun? Everything would burn down. 1 inch further from the sun, everything would freeze to death.
Masya Allah, sebuah tayangan video yang sangat menarik dari seorang ustazah yang bernama Bostram yang mengenalkan ajaran agama Islam kepada kalangan mahasiswa dan juga mahasiswi yang berada di kampus Kristen Jerman. Terlihat ada tanda salib di ruangan tersebut. Beliau menjelaskan kepada para hadirin mengenai dasar-dasar agama Islam. Itu berarti seseorang yang menurut dan berserah diri kepada Tuhan yang Maha Esa. Dalam artian, siapapun yang mematuhi atau menyerahkan diri kepada Tuhan, dia akan mencapai kedamaian dirinya dan lingkungannya. Nama Islam memang berbeda dengan nama agama-agama lainnya. Di dalam agama lainnya, nama suatu agama berdasarkan nama pendiri atau pemulanya, ataupun juga nasionalisme seperti halnya Yudaisme untuk Yahudi, Buddhisme untuk agama Buddha. Agama Kristen pun diambil dari nama pengikut Kristus. Ini sangat berbeda dalam agama Islam yang tidak dikaitkan dengan nama Nabi Muhammad ataupun ajaran yang lainnya, tetapi dalam arti penyerahan diri yang total kepada Tuhan. Islam adalah berakar dari keturunan Nabi Ibrahim. Nabi Ibrahim mempunyai 2 putra, yaitu Ismail dan Ishak. Dari keturunan Nabi Ismail inilah lahir Nabi Muhammad SAW sebagai nabi terakhir dan penutup. Di video ini juga dijelaskan tentang rukun iman, yang seseorang jika percaya pada rukun ini dan menerapkannya, maka secara otomatis dia akan menjadi muslim, yaitu beriman kepada satu Tuhan, beriman kepada malaikat, beriman kepada kitab suci, beriman kepada Rasul, beriman kepada hari akhir, dan beriman kepada qada dan qadar. Demikianlah sobat beriman, mudah-mudahan isi video ini bisa bermanfaat bagi kita semua. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.